Hey, what's going on, everyone? Jonathan Davis here with Davis Autosports. Excited to bring to market a absolutely gorgeous and pristine 2009 Dodge Challenger SRT. This is a one-owner, Carfax certified guarantee vehicle with a flawless history with 19,000 original and documented miles. Very rare six-speed car, owned by a 63-year-old man since day one of ownership. This car's been garaged and loved. It was really built as a local show car. It's not an outrageous show car. It is Pro-Charged. It's only running 4.5 pounds of boost. That's all it's ever ran. The guy that wanted it, the factory engine had more than enough power. He really wanted it for the sound. It does sound awesome, but more than anything, popping the hood, it is a polished system. And he really just enjoyed this car, went to local shows, but it is a one-owner car. We have a trickle charger that he's had installed on it, just very tasteful engine bay. And I also want to point out too, we have a phenomenal reconditioning department here at Davis Autosports that we typically spend days and days on a car. We literally did not touch this car other than a basic wash and a spray wax. It didn't need a thing. We usually wet sand cars, compound them, nano coat, the whole nine. This car came in absolutely beautiful, and it's a fun car to drive. It's not insanely powerful. It's not a 1,000 horsepower car. It doesn't sound overly aggressive. It's just a really nice, subtle car for what it is. If you haven't heard the Pro Chargers, they sound absolutely awesome. And of course, we'll do a startup and driving portion later on in the video. Condition wise, I got to give this car a 9.99 out of 10. I can't give any car a 10 because I'm sure there's some blemish somewhere, but this is as perfect as a car, especially considering it's an '09. We'll do some close-ups. Also has recently installed Michelin tires all the way around as well. This car comes with books, manuals, all the paperwork for the Pro Charger, both keys, all the oil. I'll show you all the sort of accessories, the factory injectors, factory parts. In the front of this thing, that's the huge Pro Charger intercooler up front that you see. I mean, just look how clean and perfect this car is. I mean, every little nook and cranny is spotless, and that's the way the guy kept it. I mean, this front bumper too. Look at the valence. I mean, this thing is just, it's incredible. Nothing better than getting in a car like this that's been so well cared for. I don't have a huge reconditioning bill in the shop. We got new Michelin tires on it. We did not install them, but they're probably, I would say, installed within the last 2,000 to 3,000 miles at most. The paint also is very, very smooth, beautiful shine. You're not going to find one cleaner than this. Not to mention 6-speed, which you never find these. Well, I'm not going to say never, but if you're looking at the market, you know what I'm referring to. They are much more rare than the automatic. The nice thing, like I mentioned too, This car's never ran more than 4.5 pounds of boost. It's fluctuate. I mean, you could probably get up to 5 at full throttle, but overall you're going to reach about 4.5 pounds. That's the way it's been since day one. So you know it hasn't been abused. It wasn't meant for speed, although obviously it's faster than a stock one. These cars, most even on a stock engine, most guys are running 7, 9, 10 pounds of boost, and we've sold a ton of these. If you go to our Mopar muscle page on our website, and I'll put a link in this video, we've probably sold 20 Challengers and Chargers that have all been modified. The condition of this car, I mean, it honestly looks new. It's that nice. Still has the original windshield. Car also has a full set of coilovers. The inside of this car is 100% flawless, from carpets to floor mats to seats to dash. There's not one wear area, there's not one blemish. Still smells new. Does have the upgraded factory sound system as well. I mean, just this thing is literally a perfect car. Both keys right in there. This is a power slide seat, so I'm not going to slide that, but I'm telling you, this thing is just perfect. We'll pop the trunk. So you have all your goodies in here. Inside that box you have all your injectors, not just the 4, a lot of other items in there. You have some aftermarket black lug nuts. Here you have a different pulley for your supercharger, and these are for jacking. They're pucks for jacking the car up, and this is what that is as well. So I mean, just little details like that just tell you okay. Just tells you how particular that the owner was, that he didn't want to jack up the vehicle the way most people do. He had multiple ways of jacking it up. All your ProCharger oils, your installation kit, extra filter. This is your Diablo tuner. It does have a custom tune on it. This also will do like check engine lights and monitor all different things. Your extra belt, your dash pad. There's your kicker sound system. Inside of here is where all that stuff was stored. Super clean. There's your fuel charger right there, like a booster. That box right there. I think this one is actually called, yeah, that's the flow charger one. So super nice to have all this stuff, especially the factory injectors and tuners. I can't tell you how many cars we get in here that are tuned, whether they're GTRs or whatever, without the Cobb tuner or that. So this thing's super complete. You have everything: books, manuals, keys, floor mats. There's nothing that this car does not have. All right, enough with the yapping. $19,614 miles. I'm gonna turn the AC on because it is a hot one today. I mean, down to the buttons, this is literally a flawless car in every aspect. Both full keys. So obviously I'm holding this Steadicam setup on the iPhone, driving a manual. That's rear wheel freaky, if you will. And so I'm not gonna go crazy on the car. Also, I think, pretty sure I mentioned it earlier, but this car does have fully adjustable coilovers as well. So if you want to bring the car down, you can. If you want to bring it up, you can. Let me go ahead and put this seatbelt on. Car does have a monitoring system over here that's going to do your air fuel, boost, all that good stuff. Also, if you're seeing any sort of blinking in any of the clusters, they're not doing that in person. LED lights will blink when being recorded, so if you are seeing anything blinking there, it's just the phone recording it in that manner. Tons of low end torque, obviously. One of the really nice things about this car is when you're driving it, it sounds like a factory SRT, besides a little bit of the whine of the supercharger. And I'm just referring to the exhaust note. It's not an obnoxiously loud car. That's not what the owner was going for. He wanted something that he could get in and drive and enjoy. It's not a loud car by any means. Obviously, when you give it gas, it wakes up. You can hear the supercharger a lot more. But it's a very comfortable driving car. Full turn of the wheel. You're just hearing rocks hit up on the undercarriage. This parking lot has a lot of loose gravel. Oh, it will spin on you pretty quick. Not sure how much this microphone is actually picking up the Supercharger, but they do sound really good in these cars. And in 6th gear, 62 miles an hour, 1500 RPMs. Now you're just cruising. Zero drone. It's extremely quiet in this car right now. There's at any RPM, there's no drone whatsoever, which is really, really nice. As I mentioned earlier, 4.5 pounds of boost. That's what it's been running since day one. As you see, there's an additional pulley in the back, so if you want to increase the boost, you can. You can see that pulley's never even been installed. All right, guys, thanks for viewing. If you guys have any questions, 855-955-3377. Thank you.